Okay, I guess we're ready, we're live. Let's see, is there nothing to adjust the volume on this? I go down, I go up. Huh. I can disable it. Alright then. Hi, welcome to my office. As you can see, it's a complete mess. But that's beside the point. Hi, welcome to my office. My name is Harold Stubbs. I'm 30-ish years old. Hi. Welcome to my... What the... Can I do anything about the glare? Huh. Weird. Hi. Welcome to my office. My name is Harold Stubbs. And just a quick background on me. I'm 38 years old. And I work as a tech support. I have done that for about 10 years now, 11 years. Really enjoy it. But I have to say, one thing I've always wanted to do was to make video games. Ever since I was a kid, ever since I learned how to start with BASIC when I was, a wee lad in first or second grade or so. And well, I have to say that in recent
message.
And kill messenger. Yep, had to kill the messenger. Hi. Welcome to the office. Yep, it's another mess. And such is life. So yeah, my name is Harold Stubbs, the third of all things. I do tech support. I'm a senior technical support engineer. I'm about 38 years old, but I've always wanted to make video games ever since I was a little kid, and I've never really sat down to really work on that until about the past month. And because of Godot, excellent game engine, very easy to use. I'm very familiar with Python very recently, and I've also have done C Sharp in the past, so that helped. Because I probably will have to switch over to C Sharp for some of my things I want to do with my game. Because, of course, I don't seem like I ever want to do anything simple or easy. In fact, this all started kind of as a joke with a friend, getting angry or whatever, and I said, fine, let me make a game. And I looked through some old files I had, and I had this SquirrelKart game, and it had this note about epic naval battle. Okay, so we have carts in the water. All right, fine. So I was thinking, okay, well, never mind carts. Maybe they're boats or jet skis or something. No, okay. But I want you to be able to jump waves, and like you'll see somebody's wake, like a minute after they went by, and you're like, oh my god, I gotta go get them or something. So, some kind of like a deathmatch sort of scenario, and be able to jump each other's wakes, jump off ropes. This isn't wave break. We're jumping off ramps and stuff like that. But that sort of very physics simulation. I'm an engineer. I've always been interested in that sort of thing. So sure, all right, I'll whiz up something. And okay, so fine. So I decided maybe not boats. How about hovercraft? Because then I could coast on the land or something. That's because I came across this paper that basically described how to implement a wave water surface with particles, and you end up creating basically a height field. Well, I've been reading about video game programming for decades now. Height fields? Ah, I understand how to render a height field. I understand. I could do this. I'm pretty sure I could do this. That's what I was thinking. And I did the research and I did all kinds of stuff. And well, um, hopefully it speaks for itself. So this is what I have. The name is currently, it's not titled yet. Still kind of SquirrelKart, but there's no sound or anything. But you know, but this is very simple. I can drive around and I can splash. I can create big splashes, little splashes. Oh, see, and this is just a quick tech demo. You see, there's some issues. It can kind of explode as far as the simulation goes. Oh yeah, that's a very big wave. Probably a bad example there. So let's not do that one. Let me just restart that real quick. Oh man. Okay, definitely gonna have to cut that. So this is what I got so far, and yeah, I actually compiled this for the Android of all things, and it ran like at like 2 frames a second. But there we go. I hit the ground, I hit the water, I create waves, and then I read the wave texture back from the graphics card. That takes about 5 milliseconds at this resolution, and then I can query that height field to run the hovercraft. So that sort of works. I probably won't stick with that going forward because of that delay coming back from the graphics card. But I thought it was kind of neat that I was able to whip this up in Godot. Just, like I said, starting from a flat straight out. Don't mind the land; it doesn't actually interact with anything right now. It's it's just kind of there. It is actually being drawn with the height field though. It just is, I don't interact with it, and it's just not programmed to. But yeah, that's there's no, oh wait, no, never mind. The little bits of land are not drawn by it. Hold on, I don't even know my own program. Right, and then so this is what I got, and the on-screen controls are I hadn't whipped it up real quick to try it on my phone, because Godot can export to Android, and it did work. It just was like 2 frames a second. But I drive around, and I decide, okay, I impacted with the water. I'm going to make a splash wave, and that wave pops up like that, and then I read back the texture, and I see the new height, and so of course I can make the hovercraft to see how high the water is. The land currently is being rendered with a different height field. It's in this iteration, it doesn't interact with it. It was just kind of starting out with it, see how I can get things to work. And this is a little bit limited right now. The balls are because I'm driving around with I'm actually moving a square mesh around me that's doing line of level of detail. So I can't see the entire game world as far as the waves. I'm just in the center of this square mesh, and that's what's picking up the texture for the height field and rendering the waves where they're at. So, of course, nearby I have nice waves. Far out I have nothing because I didn't want to put that much geometry. I was just testing this out. But for a small enough surface area, in this instance, I'm rocking like I think about 1024 by 1024 texture. So it's probably basically at about 4 per meter, say, something like that. So, and that's what the coordinates are based on. It says, okay, so 256 units in either direction, so plus minus 128 is the only space I can drive around in. If I go outside of try to go outside of those areas, I just bounce off because there would be no waves out there. I can't sample outside this texture. But this is what I've got so far. And then for the game, I'm thinking, okay, well, I want to be able to have the players interact with this somehow. I want to be like, okay, I want to fire a wave. You know, who doesn't like you know, a game with a good wave gun, right? And you know, for testing, I have of course some other stuff. I can make, you know, whatever kinds of explosions and things. But yeah, this is what I have so far, and this is reading back from the graphics card. It takes about 5 milliseconds for the frame read on on the 630 that I built this on. I've since gotten a little bit better hardware, so I don't know exactly how much this is now doing on this, but as you can see, it's running at a good 30 frames per second, so I must have really improved on that, you know, on that 5 milliseconds, or at least read time. And you know, and what the? I have no idea what happened there. But that is the beauty of this, is that, you know, it is a work in progress, and strangeness can happen. But all right, well, whatever happened there that caused that, I could bump into it, so it's really there. Oh wow, those are huge. Okay, and yeah, I will. You know, I think I'm gonna go back and make another video about going into more detail how to do the dynamic height field with the graphics card read back in Godot. Um, Especially because it's, I think, I don't think it's a very like basic thing to want to do, but certainly it could give you a way to you know, place objects and make a height field and then read it back, save it as a file. There's certainly enough stuff in Godot to do that sort of thing, you know, with a little bit of programming. And then so you read it back from the graphics card real quick, and you have your file, you know, so you can make your game that way, you know. And I know there's a height field, some height field tools and stuff, but this could certainly allow for, say, a destructible height field, you know, and that sort of thing. But an interesting thing about reading back from the graphics card is not just this setup, but going back to earlier tests. All right. If we go back to an earlier test, you can see something perhaps even a bit cooler. So in this test, there's actually two particle systems. They're 2D particle systems on the height field. And, you know, there are thousands of particles. And so they're just generating, you know, in this circular pattern. And then I can drive on those. And, of course, I can make my own waves, too. But the fact that I can react to this upswelling in the middle, and you see, this is kind of where it's at. Like I said, they're all made of these little particles. So when the particles get too far apart, the wavefront breaks, and this is what you get. You know, this is what you're out here, and that's fine, because that's fine. That's just a part of the system, and you can certainly get around that. You can do things to improve the resolution as you go, and that's actually all detailed in the doctoral thesis that I was basing this wave renderer on. Definitely give you a link to that. That's was by Cem Yuksel, who's currently an associate professor at U of U. It's kind of neat because it's like down the street, and I was really impressed by his work, and I really enjoyed implementing this. And I'm sure AAA games implemented it before, just probably haven't used it in this way. So yeah, that's basically what I got. So yeah, that's the project I'm working on. Little animal boat kart racing combat thing. You know, not bad for a month's worth of work. I've never made, like I said, never made a game before. I've done some programming, you know, Python scripting for work, things like that. But this has been fun, and I really hope in the next month or so to put to release a demo level or something on itch.io that's actually playable, that's an actual game with enemies and what maybe multiplayer or whatever. Like I want an actual game, and it's gonna take some time, but it's all good. So till next time, have a good night. Mm. So so till next time, God bless. No, no, I don't want to end this. So yeah, all right. So until next time, blessed be.